Good morning, it's Wednesday, 13th of February, and if you're a patron, then look forward to the newest Dark Histories episode, like the main episode. It should be coming out anytime now. For everyone else, it'll be this Sunday, of course. Today, we're looking at the Sunday Post from 1921, the 13th of February. So I have to look through all these papers for these episodes, right? So you can imagine my excitement when I read this headline. Killed by piece of beef. An unusual accident resulting in the death of Francis Joseph Quinn, 43, foreman of Liverpool, occurred at the Alexandra dock here. While the beef was being unloaded from the Lamport and Holt liner Vestry, a sling of 5 quarters had been raised from the hold when a piece of beef weighing 173 pounds fell out, striking Quinn, fracturing his skull. At the inquest today, a verdict of misadventure was returned. Miss Mima Convey, late of Dumbarton, has given an excellent display of fast swimming at Ontario. She came in first in the 120 yards race, winning the Silver Cup and medal. Congratulations, Miss Convey. That's excellent fast swimming indeed. But can you imagine that first story, killed by a piece of beef? That is an unfortunate death certificate, isn't it? Next, we got a story of just pure cheek. Patrick McEwen, who resides in a Grassmarket lodging house, Edinburgh, and is known as the wealthy beggar, made his 6th appearance at the Edinburgh City Police Court today. When last apprehended for begging, he had in his pocket a bank book showing an account of over £200. Judge Allen imposed a fine of £3, with the alternative of 20 days imprisonment. Right, so there's a couple of things there, right? Firstly, if you're going out begging, it might be an idea to leave your bank book showing that you have a fair bit of money. You might be better off leaving that at home, rather than carrying it around in your pocket. But secondly, a fine of £3. Seriously, that's all they did. It sounds like kind of a good racket. I mean, no wonder he's been caught 6 times and he's carried on doing it, because he's probably run the numbers there and figured out that even if he's caught, he can probably come out on top. So we've got a couple of adverts, and this one is sort of kind of ancient clickbait in a way. What are short crisps? Ask your grocer. Well, alright then. Parma Violet Tripe. The very latest terror is a scented meat fashion which has appeared in London from Paris. The idea is to add lily of the valley or Parma violet scent to the gravy and give a lasting fragrance to the dish. In Scotland, I fancy, we shall still prefer our food plain, whatever happens to this precious fashion down south. There's sort of some hard northerners versus the soft southerners going on in that story, but it's quite funny. The next up, we got a headline, Spirit Art. Victor Hicks, the well-known artist, tells me that he is investigating spirit painting, the new craze in occult circles. Up to date, he has discovered no means of using a brush to communicate with the dead, but he has managed to track down one of the foremost mediums practicing the new art, and found his revelations to be just futurist daubs which any artist could produce. Yet women are succumbing in large numbers to this craze, and in the West End are paying 10 guineas and more for a sitting. So once again, we've got a kind of dumb, soft southerner angle going on there. But it's, again, I like the fact that up to date, he's discovered no means of using a brush to communicate with the dead. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Keep going, Victor. And here's a story that's a prime example of the sort of frustrating stories that I often find when I'm looking up stuff to do for the main Dark Histories podcast episodes. And they're really intriguing. And, you know, they sort of lead you up to a mystery, but they rarely seem to be reported widely, or they never just never go anywhere. 2 girls, strange disappearance, mystery of a man in taxicab. The 2 young girls who disappeared from their home in Portishead on Wednesday afternoon, and in tracing whom the aid of Scotland Yard has now been sought, are the daughters of Major Mackintosh, now out in Mesopotamia. Their names are Violet, age 12, and Joyce Millicent Bijou, age 11, and they have been living with their stepmother, Mrs. McIntosh, at Portishead. Violet and Bijou went out on Wednesday for a walk and did not return. A dog they had taken with them was found, but no trace of the girls. Late that night, the doorbell of their home was rung, and on the doorstep was found a semi-mourning envelope, in which was a single sheet of paper with the words, "We are safe." It is presumed that the girls were taken away in a taxicab. A tall man with a moustache is said to have called at the central garage on Tuesday and ordered a taxi for the following day. He returned at the time arranged and directed Miss Payne, the chauffeur, to drive to an address. There he was joined, it is reported, by an elderly woman and two girls. As they entered the car, the man asked whether it was possible to avoid returning down Adelaide Terrace, which incidentally would have necessitated passing the house where the missing children lived. The party drove direct to Bristol Station. If anyone knows any more about that case, then, I'd be fascinated to know. But as it stands, I'll leave you lingering on that little mystery for today. So thanks for listening. That was yesterday. This is today. Have a good one. Officially hump day. Best of luck out there.